All right, guys, let's take a closer look at this Ciga-Design X series. This is called the Great Ape for some reason. But if we take a look at the packaging first, I have to point this out because this has to be the coolest packaging I've had on the channel for a watch. It's basically very modern-like. You can see there's some information, but it's also a book, right? So we slide this guy out and we have an actual book. So open up the first page, bunch of information about all their awards they won for designs and everything. And the watch would be right there. You would see it right there. And then you turn the next page and you have all of the information, all the stats on the watch. You can pause it, look at that. I'll put a link in the description. I'll actually put even an Amazon affiliate link. But the watch head will sit right here, which if you watch the unboxing, I showed that. And you'll have the rubber strap or silicone strap here and then the fabric strap here. Both are included, and then there's pages in the back as well about the operation of the watch, on how to use it in case you're new to automatic watches or changing straps or anything like that. That's information that's gonna help you. And then daily maintenance, all that good stuff, and some more information about the designer and founder and everything. So, all right, now that that's out of the way, let's take a look at the watch. So I have it on the silicone strap. I feel like that's probably the way that I would wear it, but like I said, there's also a nylon strap included, but this one's going to be, I think, the most comfortable and breathable on wrist. So case size on this, from here to here, I measure 45 millimeter, and then from lug to lug is about 48, but really it's kind of like 45 by 45 essentially. Only 11.8 millimeter thick. You have a mineral crystal on the bottom and you have an actual sapphire crystal on the top side. 22 millimeter lug width. So if for some reason you're not satisfied with these ones, it's a standard size. You're going to be able to mix and match some different strap options on the watch if you feel the need. I think these ones are designed and matched up with the watch pretty good, so I wouldn't change that. 8 millimeter crown. It is a push-pull crown. You have 30 meter water depth rating on it, meaning that basically it can be splash resistant or rain resistant or something like that. So in this configuration right here, you're just going to wind it, right? So you can wind the watch. If you pop it out one spot, it actually hacks the movement. You can see the balance actually stop as well as the seconds hand, and then you can adjust the hour and minute hand freely here in this position. And then once you get it to the desired time setting, you can go ahead and initiate the movement again. Slowly starts running, good to go. And you can see all of that happening because it is a fully skeletonized watch that weighs only 58 grams in this configuration. I believe there's titanium and maybe some stainless steel in this thing, but has to be definitely titanium on this one. So the movement, if we zoom in on this thing, it's pretty wild. For one, before we get to checking out the back side of this thing, let's look at the front side. So you have that X pattern on there, and we do have some loom on those plates. So you have skeletonized hand set there, hour, minute, and then a sweeping seconds hand at 3 hertz. And you can see so much from the front side as well as the back of this watch, but it's so cool to see the construction, the way they constructed this case and the movement. So yeah, I don't know what the movement exactly came from, but you can see they had to construct it to work in this case. They weren't lazy about it, I guess is what I'm pointing out. They actually made the movement configure to the bridges for their design instead of just placing in the movement holder and throwing it in the case. They could have done that probably a lot easier. In this case, they actually built it so it's like part of the structure, part of the mid structure. It's very cool. And then on the front side here you go, you can see it again, the way it's constructed, the way the jewels are supported. Everything is just, it's one-off. It's purpose-built for this. Now they have other models that are different shapes that they did a similar function to, so definitely check out the brand. They have some really interesting designs, and I think they fall under the category of wild card watch. And these are well under $500. I think they're like in the $380 range. I think for the design and the look and the features that you get with this watch, it'd be hard to beat that, I think. So you have nice hardware, really nice strap that also kind of ties in with the whole motif of the watch for sure. Let's pop it on wrist so you can get a look at that on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. Square watches do wear kind of weird for a lot of people as far as the size, but I find this is for this look of this watch, you want it to be a little bit larger, and I think that's what they've done here. So you can really see those design elements of this thing. You can see the polished edges of it. You can see all the blue colorway on this one. There are other colorways. There's even some coated metal ones where they're not just a raw finish. Is it difficult to tell time? I think it's a small learning curve, but they actually did incorporate points in this watch where you could tell the time. So like that little triangle up there, let's zoom in again. I want to point this out. So this little triangle up here, that's 12, right? And then, so this edge here, that would be 1, that would be 2, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and back to 12. So they intentionally did those little reliefs because that's when the minute hand, or for, if you're doing minutes or hours, that's your indicator. So a small learning curve with it, but once you get that figured out, you're good to go. Let's kill the lights and check the loom on this thing. Well, it's hard to see. I think you guys are picking it up a little bit in the camera. So you can see the hour and minute hand obviously tipped with like C1 or C3. And then there's a light application, I think, of BGW9 on the bridge work. That's a little faint, but I think once your eyes adjust to it, you'll start to pick it up. Depends on how much ambient light or how quickly your eyes will be able to adjust to the watch. So pretty cool. I don't see anything on the back side, but on the front, on the bridge work, it's definitely there. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.